Hello everyone, this is Maki. The story of GQuuuuuuX is really exciting, isn't it? Today I'm going to introduce a topic that doesn't just appear in stories, but in the real world. A magazine called Nikkei Entertainment was just released in Japan. In it, there's an interview with Mr. Yoshiyuki Tomino, the creator of the original 0079. What did he talk about? What is his opinion on the current state of the Gundam series? Let me tell you about the parts that stood out to me. But before we jump into that, I have a quick announcement. I'm currently accepting support through memberships on my channel. For just 99 cents a month, you can get a name badge and comment stamps. Alright, then let's get started. I think many fans would love to see Mr. Tomino create another Gundam series. In the interview, he discussed his current view of the Gundam series. Let's take a look at his comments. I stopped creating Gundam after Turn A Gundam, but taking part in this interview changed something in me. It gave me a chance to calmly reflect on the Gundam series once again. Now, I feel inspired to create a new Gundam that reflects my current thoughts and feelings about society and the state of the world. This is such a wonderful comment for us fans. Of course, it's important to remember that this is simply Mr. Tomino's personal wish, and whether a new project will actually happen is another matter entirely. Some fans might be confused thinking, but he made Reconquista in G, so what does he mean by I stopped with Turn A Gundam? When Mr. Tomino was originally writing the story for Reconquista in G, it wasn't given the Gundam title. It was a commercial decision that eventually led to the name being added. Although the story is set in the universal century world of Gundam, Mr. Tomino says the main theme isn't about Gundam. This is the perspective from which Reconquista in G was created. So, what kind of Gundam does Mr. Tomino want to create? Let's take a look at what he said. I'm starting to feel a strong determination to portray the relationship between humanity and Earth through Gundam. That's how I feel, but whether I can actually create it is still uncertain. The responsibility that comes with the Gundam title is far heavier than I imagined. To be honest, I find the current situation, where interviews like this one are planned and published, a bit dangerous. That's why I agreed to do this interview. That's quite a complex comment. I did my best to translate Mr. Tomino's thoughts into English as accurately as possible, but I'm not sure if I fully conveyed his intent. The theme of the relationship between humanity and Earth runs through many Gundam series. In the universal century, for example, the wealthy and elite monopolize Earth while polluting its environment. In other Gundam timelines, the opposite is shown: the poor are trapped on Earth while the wealthy lie freely in space. What did Mr. Tomino mean by the danger of a situation where interview features like this are being made? That's a difficult concept to grasp. Mr. Tomino has two core beliefs: that anime should be entertaining and that stories should be written with serious intent and dedication. In one of his stories, he had Shazanabo say, "It's not the old who create the new era." Mr. Tomino is now 83 years old. He often refers to himself as an old man. Perhaps he's saying, don't idolize the words of the elderly too much. How do you interpret Mr. Tomino's words? To conclude, let's review Mr. Tomino's final comments on the Gundam series as a whole. Gundam is about to celebrate its 50th anniversary. People will remember the title, but my name will probably be forgotten. There are other works where the creator and the title are closely linked. I've never watched any Gundam series made by others. That's because if I watch something too casually, I might unknowingly copy it. To avoid that kind of mistake, I must not watch other people's Gundam. What are your thoughts on his statement that only the title will be remembered and his name will be forgotten? Personally, I feel like there's a wish or even a prayer in that comment. It seems to me that he hopes Gundam will continue to evolve in the hands of a new generation of creators rather than relying on him. This ties back nicely to Charles Nabo's line that we mentioned earlier. It's not the old who create the new era. But how will things actually turn out? I personally see the Star Wars series as a world created by George Lucas. Even if he is no longer directing, the world still exists because he made it possible in the first place. Perhaps Mr. Tomino believes that rather than having fans focus on the creator, it's better for the work itself, if only the title lives on. Of course, that's just my interpretation. It's up to each of you to decide what to make of his words. His comment about not watching any other people's Gundam was kind of adorable, too. Shuko Murase, the director of Hathaway's Flash, once nervously said at an event, "It seems like Mr. Tomino might have watched my movie." Tomino also discussed directing choices with Mitsuo Fukuda, the director of the Seed series. So maybe we should take his "I haven't watched them" statement as half a joke. It's also possible that Mr. Tomino's definition of watching differs from how we fans use the word. In other words, he might be referring to watching as a creator closely analyzing the themes and techniques. Even if he has seen the series casually, he may mean that he has never watched it with a critical eye as a fellow creator. If so, it aligns with his previous statements and doesn't contradict anything in this interview. It's exciting to hear that Mr. Tomino is thinking about creating a new Gundam series. Will it be another story set in the far future of the Universal Century, like Rikamisan G? Or will it take place in a completely new world, separate from the Universal Century altogether? Either way, I'm looking forward to seeing what Mr. Tomino does next. Thanks so much for watching until the end. See you in the next episode.